Hello, Liberty Walk fans. I can't really say Ferrari, right? Because Ferrari's a bunch of fascists when it comes to their brand. And I'm gonna guess that if you put a Liberty Walk kit on a Ferrari, you're banned from buying Ferraris again. But I don't know. Is that what happens to people? I know like Ferrari sues people for like even putting like their logo on personal goods and stuff, and they're just really, I don't know, a little over strict, I think, in their brand protection, I guess. Yeah, what do you guys think? Okay, nice little line drawing here. So CM model. I actually reviewed this exact same casting before, if you want to just search my channel for 488. And it was a really good model. They actually clear coated the decals. The problem is the livery wasn't to my liking. Even though that was actually a race winning car, I ended up selling that off eBay. And I decided to get this pink one now. Which is, uh-oh. I see a paint chip in it already. Alright. Oh well, let's see what happens. Pretty decently tight cover. It's got 2 friction tabs on the side. It's got a really huge photo etched nameplate here. You'll notice it doesn't say Ferrari. So, like, isn't this wrong? Doesn't Ferrari say this is no good to have Ferrari badges on your Ferrari if it's all modified by Liberty Walk? Couldn't find images of a pink one. I'm sure maybe there is one out there, but again, I don't even think you can repaint your Ferrari pink because that's against the ways of Ferrari. If I had a lot of money, I would buy a Ferrari and crush it just to spite that brand. or maybe run it off and jump it off a cliff or something. Okay. Well, those are rigid mirrors, but I don't see any tow hooks sticking out of this thing, so I'm going to take it off the base. I also think it's already damaged anyways. Look at this, the wing here, how that pink is chipped off, so it actually is a CM model on the bottom of this thing. I bought this one off AliExpress, so I couldn't inspect it beforehand. So this is a nice metallic pink and all, but let's just go right to the eyesore. Yeah, it's definitely missing paint right there. I can feel the edge of the pink. Unfortunately, I don't have any pink touch-up paint, so that's really unfortunate. This was probably dropped at the factory and they still decided, oh, that's okay to sell. So no quality control at this brand, unfortunately. Alright. Let's go with the rear wheel here. Looks pretty good. There's a yellow brake caliper towards the rear, silver rotor, and the printing on the tires are really nice, and the tires themselves are nice. They're curved a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to roll. It's too much friction with the fenders there. The over fenders here have some, recesses for the body screws or whatever is holding those things on. There's a little plastic insert here for the wing, not a wing, but it bisects the intakes. Little door handle detail sticking out. So these are plastic separate mirrors, and they do have a reflective sticker on them. Front wheel looks good. Yeah, alright. This canard is a separate plastic piece. It seems alright. The headlights look good. There's a lot of those little boxes there to look like LEDs, and the lens cover is nice and clear. In the front here, we have a nice texture. Engine spoiler seems pretty thin. Ferrari badge doesn't look oversized. Unfortunately, I think there's some hair or lint inside the paint, so that's not good. The stripe is nicely printed though. Photo etched metal wiper blade looks pretty nice. Some lightning holes. Yeah, what's going on with that? That's on the surface pleasantly, so I can chip that off. Maybe I could chip this away actually. Or not. Oh well. Going around to this side. That's okay. There's a fuel filler here. Alright. The window molding is raised, painted black. Oh, now I'm noticing there's a Ferrari badge here. Was it on the other side? Yeah, it was on the other side. Okay, we have some defroster lines. They're not ideal, but at least you can still see the engine. And the engine looks pretty good. Red covers there, some silver, some black and stuff, so not bad. There's a Ferrari logo here. It's really shiny. It looks nice. The ducktail, yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Nice clear taillights, some black paint here in this smooth surface. The Ferrari horse looks pretty good, although it is crossing over the third brake light. So that's a little bit odd. It's nice to see something on the license plate, and that license plate looks like it's a separate piece as well. Some LBWK stuff here, silver and a black middle, pretty shallow exhaust. Red paint for the reflectors, but they're kind of missing the actual depression. These little LED dots look pretty nice. Let's see here. This is printed on top of the casting. Some sort of LB performance here. I think I can feel that, so that's on top of the clear coat. So I don't think these graphics, except for maybe this one. This is on top. So unlike that race car, oh look at that, man, I just broke that off too. Luckily that's a clean break, I can glue that back in later. Let me put that away somewhere safe. Alright, so be mindful of that. That might be a bad idea to remove your models from the base. That one seems much more in place. Alright, going to the bottom model of the model, CM model. It doesn't tell you what the car is, so that seems kind of silly to me. Why wouldn't you, if you're going to mold in these letters, couldn't you mold in 488 LBWK or something? 2 screws holding it together. Really nice treads, staggered width in the tire as well. And so those brakes also don't spin because that's what those taps mean. So if you could get the front wheels to spin, the brake rotors are going to stay in place. The rear spins a lot easier than the front. Alright. So, interior looks alright. A lot of molded details. The seats are white. That engine back there looks good. I don't think there's anything in the dashboard. No. Nope. Just molded details. Okay. This side here. No. Just black. No seatbelt harnesses or anything like that. Just white seats, basically. I think that's alright. This model wasn't overly expensive, so the exterior is more important than the interior, I think. Alright, well, too bad. That's a pretty big oversight from no quality control. Maybe it's not an oversight if there is no QC, but be mindful of that if you look into this brand. Alright, well I got a couple of Kyosho Ferraris to compare it to. So the first one is a regular 488 GTB. And the Kyoshos just have plain black interiors and molded in wiper blades, no silver in the side mirrors, no brakes either. So definitely lacking in detail compared to this, but this costs a whole lot more. You know, I'm sure this was less than $10 when it was brand new. So you get what you pay for, I guess. They're both good models. You just gotta realize that one costs a lot less than the other. Next one is a 458 Speciale A, and it's the convertible version. That's Kyosho as well. Seems like there's a lot more detail going on this one, or it's just crisper in its molding. Going back in time, we have a 430 Scuderia. This one definitely does not seem as polished. Seems like the edges are a little rounder, less crisp. And the last one is a 430 Spider, but this one's actually quite nice. It's got a lot of sharpness to it. And as we go overhead, it actually has red on the cam covers. It's very rare for a Kyosho blister pack to have any sort of color on the interior plastic. But that one literally has red, and it's literally printed. It says Ferrari on the cam covers. So that's a lot of extra effort on Kyosho's part. Maybe it's one of the, obviously from one of the newer Ferrari collections by Kyosho, I'm guessing. Alright, I guess that's enough for some comparisons. Let's let this guy spin on its own. So, as with many brands, it's hit or miss. The race version of this casting I had was really nice. No, I don't recall it having any QC problems. And they clear coated the decals, which is extremely rare. Even on high expensive resin models, it's extremely rare to have clear coat over the decals, but CM did it on that one. But obviously this one's a bit of a letdown, mainly because of that chip there. If that wing wasn't chipped, I would say it's quite good. Obviously though, this canard falling off as well is not a good thing, but I can at least fix that problem pretty easily. Alright, so if CM Model comes out with some other castings that I like, I'll try them again, but they just don't seem to have that many out there, so, or that I like. Alright, well thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Liberty Walk related video. Not Ferrari. Alright, see ya.